Morning. It's Friday. It's dull. It's cool. Still not put the heating on though. We've been really good. So what have I been up to the past couple of days? Well, cookery, editing. Look how dull it is. What time is it? Nearly 8:30. I've had my breakfast, had tea. I've got another cup of tea waiting for me, but it's chimney sweep day today. It is. Let's have a look at the temperature first. Outside it's 13 degrees, inside it's 14.6, 76% humidity, still really humid. I've had to put the dehumidifier on regularly because it's feeling so, I don't know, still. And I think the air is just holding moisture because it's not going anywhere. We need a good blow through, as they say. But let me just show you the front room. So I'm all ready for the sweep. Got a nice sheet, although I don't need to put a sheet down, I always do. Move the table over, and yeah, he's going to be doing his magic on the chimney. They sort of use these brushes on sort of rods with a sort of industrial vacuum cleaner attached to them. They do a smoke test as well to make sure that it's drawing the smoke up the chimney. They make sure it's completely clear of soot and any debris that might have gone in, you know, bird poop. Although we haven't got any bird poop situations now because of the cowl on the top. They check sort of the moisture and, you know, check that no rain is coming in. Yeah, they do all of that, and then they sign you off to say that it's all safe. And that normally costs us, I think it's well over £100 now. So there you go, but we always get it done. Why is that van parked outside our house? Must be a delivery somewhere. So yeah, just waiting for him to arrive really, and then obviously we have to get him a car parking visitor permit nowadays. Another expense, which is ridiculous, because if we don't, they'll get a ticket. But this year we've not bought a permit for our car because we do have a drive. We had a permit for the convenience. So things like when we were having the work done on the house, it was convenient to have a permit because we were putting our car on the road. When we had a skip, you know, things like that, it was useful for. Now I just have to risk it. If I'm weeding the driveway, I have to put the car on the road. I just have to risk it, you know, and keep my eye out for the traffic wardens. But I am pleased to report that actually it looks as though the clouds are starting to lift a little bit. Oh, is this the sweep? Who's that? I'm being nosy now. No, that wasn't the sweep. I don't know about you, but when I'm waiting for people to arrive, I always get a little bit anxious. Sort of I'm looking out the window, waiting for them, wondering what time they're going to be here. I feel as though I can't do anything else. I feel like I'm in a state of limbo. That's the description, isn't it? Limbo. I want this van to move though, so my sweep has a parking space. Move, van. Move now. Oh, I think they are. Yeah. Yeah, as if by magic. Marvellous. It actually looks as though the sun is trying to get out. I do hope so, because we are planning on popping out for a walk today once the chimney has been swept. Yeah, because we need to get out for a wander. And we're hoping for a local wander as well this morning. So, yeah, if we do, when we do, we'll take you along. I'll see you later. So it's a little later and the chimney sweep has been and gone. Hurrah. And his words were, it's practically perfect. So that's great. All done. Room is back to normal. And when it gets cold enough, we can have a little fire. Hurrah. So it's all documented, and I'll show you what they give you. It's a document from the National Association of Chimney Sweeps. It's the certificate. As you can see, it cost £138 to get done. And it's all signed off. So we keep that as a record. So when we come to sell the house, we can show them that, there's been a full maintenance record of the chimney, because it's an important thing, You don't risk things like that in your home. So that's it. I'll see you later. I'm on the floor again, cleaning the dehumidifier. I'm giving the air outlet a good brush and a vacuum. I'm using a little old toothbrush to do that. Taking the filter off, just giving that a good clean and a vacuum. I've taken the water tank out. That's actually on the kitchen side with some white vinegar in it. We decided neither of us were in a mood to go out. So we're just getting on with indoors things. Just little jobs that need to be done that you never seem to get time to do. Well, we're just cracking on. And seeing as we're using the dehumidifier quite a lot, I noticed there was a little bit of, dust on the filters. I also noticed there was a little bit of discoloration in the water tank. So I know it's time to be cleaned. So yeah, just getting on and doing. All done, all clean, carrying on its duties. So it's currently 69% humidity, and the red light says that it's humid basically, and that slowly turns to green when you're kind of done, when most of the moisture has been taken out of the air. It's an electric, and we've had it for a few years, and it's pretty good actually. If I leave this on most of the afternoon in here when I'm cooking and doing stuff in the kitchen, which is right next door, just here, it can collect about half a tank, so it's pretty good. I'm in the kitchen and I'm dealing with these quince. So I've got a pan of, about 1.5 litres of water, and then I'm going to add to that, there's about 100 grams of demerara and 100 grams of castor sugar. I'm just going to bung that in there, and all I'm going to do is chop. Just going to put the heat on for that. All I'm going to do is chop them, peel them, chop them, and bung them in the water, and then let them cook for about an hour. I'm really curious to taste them when they're cooked. Where's my sharp knife gone? I shall have to use my vegetable knife. Look, I really don't want to seem ungrateful for free food, and I am grateful, but these quince better taste like the food of the gods. They better. I've got a feeling they're not gonna. But yeah, I think this is the reason. Let me sit down. I think the reason that quince has fallen out of favour with people, I don't think that many places are growing it, but you can't eat it raw because it's too bitter and astringent, and it's a real faff to prepare. I mean, the core is really thick and very, very woody, and the seeds are huge. It's not as though you can eat a couple of those seeds, accidentally. Just such a faff to prepare. Yeah, so there you go. I think there's too much water in that pan as well. In fact, I didn't put as much in as the recipe said, because it said 200 grams of sugar and 1.7 litres of water. Well, that's about 1.5 litres. So I don't know. Never cooked them before, so I don't know. Anyway, it'll be a fruit compote to go in the freezer to make a crumble or something, maybe with some apples or some berries or some dried fruit. What else was I going to say? Yeah, I've decided not to do a live show tonight because I'm feeling really tired. I've felt today as though I've wanted to be quiet, just do minimal stuff, just a few bits of housework, and I've put a wash on. I put some clothes away. I feel really tired, and I don't feel as though I've got the energy to just really go for it in the live show. So I've just posted to say I'm not going to be doing one. I'm just going to take it easy. I'm going to take it easy. So after about an hour, they've sort of turned this sort of peachy colour, which is quite attractive, and the liquid has sort of turned a sort of amber colour too. Let's try a piece. It sort of tastes like a sort of lemony apple. That's what it tastes like, a lemony apple pear. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. I mean, I can't say it's the exotic delights that Nigella describes them as in her recipe, but yeah, I mean, it's okay. Yeah, it's edible. There we are. But there is way too much liquid there. Way too much liquid. I'm going to let it cool and then I'm going to freeze them. Hi, we're in the car and we're driving down to the Great Green Barn. Paul's driving. The reason we're lit up in red is because we're in a traffic jam. And it's starting to become twilight, Paul.
It is. Yeah.
It is. And the car's brake lights are on in front of us. So if you thought we were glowing radioactive. We're going down to the Great Green Barn to watch and also help out with the production of The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. So we're looking forward to seeing it, and we'll also be doing the door. I'll be doing the door, and Paul will be doing the bar, and I'll be helping him out with that, and just generally helping out with bits and pieces. So we're in the Surrey countryside at the moment, in a little bit of a traffic jam. So let me show you some of the beautiful, beautiful views. Well, pretty villages mainly. Morning. It's Sunday morning. The weather has changed. It's turned breezy. It's turning cooler. The humidity is dropping. The pressure has dropped. We've gone from high pressure to lower pressure, which means the weather systems can move a bit and change can come in. So yeah, this week has felt quite strange. I'm not sure why, but I don't really feel as though I've got down to any focused vlogging work. It feels as though I've not really done much so far. I don't know what the word is. I just feel as though I've not really pinned things down this week. Lack of focus. We didn't go out for our walk because we just didn't feel like it, and the weather, I think, has played a big part in how we've both felt this week. A little bit, I don't know, a little bit down, a little bit, I don't know what the word is. Just lackluster. Rewind to yesterday, we drove down to Surrey to watch and also help out with an event, The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde at the Great Green Barn. I help out normally on the door and I help Paul with the bar as well. Just doing bits and pieces, helping tidy stuff up and put glasses out, pour drinks, do a little bit of meeting and greeting, making sure people are okay and happy. Just, you just help out, you do whatever you can. So that was a busy evening, and it's, a drive of, I think about an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes maybe to get there, a little bit quicker on the way back. We got back home about 11:30, I think. But anyway, a little bit about the show. So it was really good. Really good show. One-man show. He portrayed several characters, different accents, based on the novel by Robert Louis Stevenson. It was really good. Really captivating, interesting, swept you along with the story, so it was really good. But it was a late night, and I really felt it this morning. I really feel quite tired and not like doing much today, although I've got a couple of things I need to do, and we're popping down to our friends for dinner tonight, so that's good. So what I'm thinking of making is a crumble using some of the quince that I cooked and some dried fruit, like I did before. I think I showed that on my vlog. Yeah, feeling quite tired. Not much else to report, really, other than that. I took a little bit of footage of the journey in the car down to Surrey, but by the time we got there, we sort of went straight into doing preparation, and the actor had to go through all the lighting cues with the person that does the lighting. So that took quite a lot of time. So there was no time really to do any interviewing or filming. So there's nothing other than the journey down there and the Surrey roads, which are always interesting to show you. That's how it is sometimes, there's just not time to do anything. And before you know it, the evening's finished with, everybody's gone, and it's time to go home. And that was pretty much how it was last night, albeit enjoyable, So yeah, feeling a little... If I was a drinker, I would say I feel a bit hungover, and I do actually feel a bit hungover, even though I didn't drink. So there you go. I'll see you later. It's Sunday afternoon. It's cold. It's feeling cold and miserable and wet. The weather's really, really changed. I'm in the kitchen though, and I'm going to make a fruit crumble. I am. Yeah, and I'm going to use some dried fruit and some of the quince as well. And I'm going to do a crumble. It's just to throw together. I've got some butter. I've got a couple of different flours. I've got some sugar. I'm literally going to throw it together to take over to a friend's this evening because she's cooking dinner, and we're going to, as we usually do, provide something sweet to eat afterwards. And I'm also going to make some custard without using egg. Yeah, because custard powder, which very often we use to make a custard, is only corn flour, vanilla flavouring and colouring. That's all it is. It doesn't actually have any egg. You add a bit of sugar for sweetness. So I'm just going to make it a simple sort of custard sauce. Yeah. And I'm going to film that as a recipe, if it works. Let me show you outside. It's looking really autumnal. It's very wet. I think this is our weather for the next few days. I'm not complaining. We needed a change and we needed some rain. Pretty yucky. It's just so cold. So there's my stewed dried fruit already. I've got my baking dish. I've got my mason cash, a little bit of butter. I've got some flour and some oats. I just need some sugar. I'm going to use some demerara sugar for the crunch. And when I say I'm throwing it together, I am literally throwing it together. I'm not measuring anything. Just throwing in some plain flour, some rye flour. I'm going to cut up the butter. Going in with my hand, clean hands. I'm just going to rub that together. I'm adding just a few oats and some demerara sugar. Okay, and that's our crumble mix done. So I've got my cooked quince, I've got my stewed fruit, that's going to go on the base. That'll do. Let's pop the crumble topping on top. That's ready for the oven about, I don't know, about 4:45, something like that. So I've just made custard. I will be publishing that as a separate video, but it's literally exactly the same as Bird's custard. It really is. It looks the same, tastes the same. It's perfect, really great and easy to do. So I'm really, really pleased with that. Let me show you. It looks very pale, but it has got a sort of nice yellow colour. I'm really, really pleased. Tastes divine. So yeah, make your own. Why spend money on custard powder? Yeah, I'm keeping it sort of pretty well sealed in so it doesn't form a skin, although it doesn't really matter if it does, but it's just that if you try to whip it up again, it'll probably go a little bit lumpy, but that's okay. So that is dessert sorted for tonight. Crumble is over here, waiting to be baked. So I will put that on about 4:30, I think, 4:45, something like that. So that should be done by the time we leave here at 5:30. So yay for cooking, woohoo, and making your own. See you later. So Paul, try my homemade custard.
That's really good.
Yeah, I mean it's just,
turmeric.
Well, the turmeric you can't taste.
Well,
it's only got a tiny
little,
bit.
Yeah, it's a little sort of spice in
Well,
there.
I don't think so. It's the vanilla you can taste.
Oh, most of it.
Yeah.
I think it's lovely.
I
Are
mean
we going to eat this now?
No, this is for tonight, for dinner. It's good, huh?
Well, could you make some more and we eat that now?
No. So there you go, folks. It's exactly like Bird's custard, basically.
It's very delicious.
There we go. Thank you, Paul. Bye for now, viewers. Morning, Monday. It's chucking it down outside. absolutely belting it down. Well, it's kind of stopped a little bit now, but we've had massive rainstorm. Just torrential, and it's very dim. Yeah. Hey ho, welcome to the new week. So, what am I up to today? Well, I'm up to more cookery stuff. Yeah, cookery videos, researching, just doing what I do normally. And I'll need to get into some editing because I've not done any editing for a couple of days. Just been trying to do other things and just enjoy life, and not get too hung up about trying to record everything, every significant moment, because when you do that, it sort of does sometimes suck the enjoyment out of the moment. So I've been trying to just step back slightly and not be as hot on, oh, better video, better do a vlog, better do this. Just step back. It's okay. It's fine. So yeah, but I need to do a little bit of tidying around as well. So I'm going to start with that just to get the body moving and get on with my day. Very wet, very dull. Oh. Okay. Goodness me, it really has gone dark. Oh, I mean, it's what time? 20 past 10 in the morning. It is so dim. This is what we have to look forward to in the winter. Feels like dusk. It really does. So it's Monday evening, the 20th of October, and it is Diwali night, where fireworks go off all along the horizon as the Sikh, Hindu and Jain communities celebrate. And this usually goes on to the early hours. It's Tuesday morning, and this is the first morning in what feels like weeks that we've actually had a little bit of colour in the sky in the morning, or the evenings for that matter. Lovely to see a little bit of colour. I'm shooting this through the window because I don't want to lose any of the heat out of the room. But yeah, beautiful. Look at that lovely twilight blue. I just love this time of the evening where the light's beginning to fail and there's a sort of blueness. I love it. Hello, it's Tuesday evening. Paul has been out. He's still out for Earth's sake. It's about, 10 to 6. And I'm about to start thinking about dinner, but I just thought I'd have a little catch up with you first and talk about my day. The day started very frustratingly. Paul went off, I think, just after 7. And I thought, I'm going to get on. I'm going to go upstairs onto the computer, start my editing. I've got 2 videos to make and a recipe card to do. And then I discovered that the internet wasn't working on the computer. It was working fine on my phone, but the computer just wouldn't connect to the network router. So I thought, okay, what I'll do is I'll, reboot the computer, reboot the router. It still wouldn't pick up the internet. It wouldn't pick up the router. It wouldn't even recognize the router. So I thought I'm going to have to sort of take away the old bit and put a new bit on. I'm not explaining this very well, but sort of remove the old sort of router information and put a new bit of information on, which I did do. Then it wouldn't remember the password. I don't know the password. Paul deals with those things. So I then had to hunt around for my notebooks to see if I'd written it down anywhere. Finally, I found one of Paul's notebooks and he'd written it in. That took the best part of an hour of faffing and farting around. Yeah. And then I realised I'd not had breakfast, so I had to have breakfast. Blah, blah, blah. So I didn't kind of get going until about 10, which was ridiculous. So I was a bit annoyed about that. But the weather's been a lot better today. It has been wet in places, but we've had some sun. So that's been great at the top of the house because it's been perfectly fine with no heating. And I have to confess, we did have the heating on last night for an hour. God, it made such a difference. It felt so lovely to have a little bit of background heat. Oh. So yeah, I've been editing. I have been recipe card making. There's a new one coming out on Thursday. It's just a mini recipe, but I think it's really useful. And I've also been doing some reviewing of my music as well. I've spent the last hour going through my music files. God, sometimes some of the things that I create sound like the work of somebody who is demented. I have to admit, I am very experimental sometimes. Probably to my detriment. Yeah. Some of the pieces that I come up with are totally inaccessible by anybody other than me. And I do wonder about the state I must have been in when I wrote them. But yeah, so I've been reviewing things mainly because I want to come up with a few fresh pieces of music that I can use on videos. That's the only thing I'm ever going to really use them for. I don't have any hopes or dreams of becoming a 58-year-old pop star. No. No. I just want them for my videos. So I've got a few pieces that I'm reviewing and thinking, can I remix them? Can I use them? So yeah, there you go. That's been my day, really stuck in front of the computer. Yeah. But, valuable and necessary, really. So yeah, I'm about to start dinner. I have no idea what I'm going to make. No idea at all. I have decided to do a vegetable and chickpea curry. Real throw together. I've chopped everything really chunkily, roughly, nice and rustic. I've got some oil in the pan. So what I'll start off by doing is frying off the onions with some spices. I've got some garam masala, some turmeric and a little bit of chili powder with some tomatoes, some coconut milk and some vegetable stock. And then I'm just going to bung it all in and let it cook. I'm going to throw in my carrots. They take longest to cook. Add my spices, not making them into a paste, can't be bothered. Just going to fry them off. Throw everything else in, celery. Potatoes, give that all a good stir and a coat. I'm going to add some vegetable stock, which I made up with hot water. About half a pint. Black pepper. Might even add some frozen veg as well. That's extra protein. And a few broad beans as well for good measure. That's good. I may as well add the rest of those. We've got another fresh bag of those in the freezer. Great, lid on, and just let that cook on a low heat for about half an hour or so. Half an hour to 40 minutes, that should do it. And I can now tidy up and empty the dishwasher. So I'll see you later. So Paul, what do you think of my throw together curry? Which I ended up not putting coconut milk into. I was going to, but thought, no, it's tasty enough without it. What do you think?
It is very nice. Yeah, it doesn't need the coconut. Coconut is lovely and creamy, but sometimes it's sort of nice to have it just like this.
Sometimes you just don't need it. Right, well, we're going to chow down and enjoy this. So see you later. Say bye, Paul. Morning, it's Wednesday morning. We have sun, amazingly. Sun and blue sky. Fantastic. How long that's going to last for, I do not know, because they are forecasting Storm Benjamin for tomorrow, which means we're going to get a lot of rain, apparently. But the other piece of news, the washing machine, it's doing the same thing again. I've just caught it on video. Mid-cycle, creaking as though it can't turn. I'm going to really make a fuss this time. I really am. It's exactly the same problem. So, I don't know. I'm not an engineer. I don't know what the hell is going on. But there is something seriously wrong with that machine and it needs to be replaced or a full refund given so I can get a different model. I'm just so annoyed. Yeah. Anywho. Woke up really late this morning as well. Didn't get out of bed till 10 o'clock. Couldn't quite believe it. Must have needed the sleep. Woke up early. Yeah. So because of that, I'm feeling discombobulated now. Yeah. What to say? There is nothing to say. I'm going to conclude now. So, yeah. So I can get on. Thanks for watching and I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.